Hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, we're going to be doing a little bit of updating. Well, on March 19th of this year, I posted a two-part series on updates of some of my previous shows. And I had mentioned then that, have you ever watched a YouTube video and wondered, how did that work out? What was the longevity of that? Did it last? Was there something they would have done differently? Things like tool reviews. What happened with that tool? Are you still happy with it? That sort of thing. And that's what we're going to touch on today with my second update series. So without further ado, let's get into the updates. Well, it was December 28th of 2018, just over a year ago, that I brought you this little beauty. And I guess what this video is how did this brush stand up over a year of use now? What state is it in now? So I guess the big question here is, how did this brush fare over time? Well, it's been over a year of use, and the bristles are still nice and soft. It's kept its shape. The finish is spectacular. I used a CA finish, which is very hard, and on top of that, it's very durable. So over the years, it has not, faulted one bit. It's still extremely well. The adhesive that I used to apply the brush or put the brush in its handle was, of course, epoxy, but I put enough in to come up and seal around the edges, which of course makes it so water doesn't get on the inside. The sad part about this is that I got this insert at Lee Valley, and unfortunately they don't carry it anymore. So if you guys have another source for this, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Well, on January 25th, I posted this video. And then on April 12th, I posted this one. Both of them router circle cutting jigs, both of them very capable, but which one do I like better? Let's head over to the bench. Well, now with this circle cutting jig, I have to say, it's a fantastic setup. Inexpensive to make, it works well, it's simple, the design is simple. You may have to adjust the size of the rods depending on the holes in your base for accessories. But to be completely honest, between the two of them, this one here was the clear winner between the two. This one gives much more stability. And when cutting a circle with this jig, it just feels more stable as you have more surface to help rotate. You don't have the rods flexing as this can do. They can flex as you're cutting. Doesn't really affect your circle, but as far as the way it feels for stability and that sort of thing, this jig here was the clear winner. So, just my opinion, but if you're considering making a circle jig and you're toying between the two designs that I presented, I favor this one way more than the simple design of this one. Well, it was February 19th of this year that I brought you this. And what it was a dust collection modification that I had done to my garbage can separator lid. I was tired of the seal always letting go. I had already replaced the seal a couple times. It never really fit properly. It never really worked that well. So I used a piece of MDF, made one heck of a mess in the shop, but I used MDF to cut a new ring for the inside and then put weather stripping to seal it up. I have to say that since I've been using it, there hasn't been a single leak. It's a much better seal. When the dust collection is running, you can actually pick it up by the handle. It's suctioned on there so well. so I don't get that stray dust floating around, and the dust collection rather does what it's supposed to do. It collects the dust instead of blowing it out through the seal, which is no longer viable. Guys, if you're not happy with your separator and the lid, this is a good option to consider. I've been completely happy with it since I've done it, and I haven't had a single complaint. So there you go. This is one of those ones that's held up for a year now, and I'm hoping that it will continue to hold up for years to come. Well, next on our list of updates would be my Samsung customer service rant, which aired on March 12th of 2019. Guys, this show brought us such timeless gems like, huh? And of course, let's not forget, what? Guys, the bottom line here is that they would not budge. I ended up getting the entire motor assembly and everything for about $300, but I still feel it was $300 that I shouldn't have had to spend. I will not ever be purchasing another Samsung product. Honestly, it's not worth the hassle for me. If you have a different opinion, I'm okay with that. You're entitled to that. But for me, I will never purchase another one again. So, there you go. Samsung customer service. Nah, not going to do it anymore. The next one on my list is one that was a 3-part series that started back on April 26th of 2019. And that was all about this thing that I'm sitting on right here, which is my adjustable stool build. Guys, this thing has been rock solid since the day that I made it. I was a little concerned about this flat maple top, whether or not it should have contours, you know, to make it a little softer on your butt. But honestly, guys, the size of the circle that I cut, the height of the stool, etc., this thing is dead comfortable. I mean, I love sitting here at the bench. It's a lot easier on my back, and that was the whole purpose that this thing was built, to give me a way to sit at my bench. The adjustments, I made them tight at first and they used to squeak, but they've worn in over time, and you can adjust it without the squeaking. I do keep the threads waxed just to help them out. It is wood on wood. You don't want it wearing too much. You want to give it a bit of lubrication. So how do I like this stool? After all this time of using it, I'd make it again in a heartbeat. It was a great project with a lot of different methods and procedures. And honestly, guys, it's just a great project. You got to give this one a try. Well, it wasn't that long ago. In fact, it was September 6th of this year that I designed, made, and posted this, which is a shop-made chip clip. Just an absolutely fun project. It works really well, and we still use it because it's absolutely awesome. However, there was one modification that I made to it, and I want to take you over to the bench and show you that modification because it made a world of difference. Well, in the original show, I had left an edge squared off here, and that caused a little bit of difficulty getting beyond the first kind of edge of this clip that holds it. And I had a viewer actually that suggested rounding this off, but I had already done it by then, so it was a great suggestion, and that is to round this off. Just put a little round over on it. I just did it over at the belt sander, and all it does is it gives a curved surface for this clip to ride over, for it to click in. Before it was a bit of a struggle, now it's just a little push and it clicks right in there because it can ride up the slope here of this chamfer. So there you go, guys. This part here that was never shown in the show, round it off and it'll be much easier to close. Back in February, in fact Friday the 13th of 2015, I brought you the method of how to make a wooden spoon. and we were kind of flying by the seat of our pants, and we were trying to get this spoon carved out. Well, let me say that my wife absolutely loves this thing, and it's the most used utensil in the kitchen, I would say, because it seems like it's always in use. However, I have modified my way of making them, and since discovering power carving sort of thing, I end up with one of these. Well, I ended up using a Typhoon ball-shaped burr. It's a large one, and honestly, I can pound out one of these spoons in about 10 minutes. The Typhoon burrs are very aggressive, and they really scoop out the inside of that spoon. On top of that, being able to use the carving burr, a lot more control, and I was able to get a much more uniform shape to the spoon, and it seems to be a lot sturdier. Now, whether or not it becomes the family favorite and overtakes the position from our old one, that is still yet to be seen. But for a faster way, as opposed to before when I was using sanding drums and that sort of thing, honestly, these Typhoon burrs kick butt when it comes to shaping these spoons. Now, on May 28th, I posted a show about opening some viewer mail that I had received. And actually, the show was shot at the end of March because my program is pre-recorded. So, I don't know. I had this viewer and he sent me a whole list of goodies, too much to mention. But one of the cool things he sent me was this, the horseshoe mounted to the washer. I haven't made a project with it yet, but I have every intentions of it in the upcoming shows. However, I really wanted to post a link to his Instagram and all of that kind of jazz because he sold these things. And since this has been posted, he has disappeared on us. So I'm not sure what happened with him. His Instagram is gone. I can't even find his YouTube channel anymore. So I just hope everything is all right with Clayton, and if he sees this video, maybe drop us a line down below so that we know everything is still good. So I haven't been able to upload or give you guys that link yet. So, hey, well, if we get in touch with Clayton again and I get the information, I'll give it to you ASAP. So I hope everything's all right with him. Well, it was July the 2nd that I aired a video about modifying my jointer because I didn't like the position of the dust port. I had a lot of comments there that I'm going to address in just a minute, but let me start by saying this modification has been absolutely spectacular. It has made it so that I could use the jointer with dust collection every single time because there's never been an inconvenience to me to hook it up. It's right there, easy to access. Pull it out or attach the hose and you're done. I don't have to move the jointer anymore. So with that said, there was a lot of concern about the hose. There was a 4-inch hose that I put inside to some new collectors, and there was some concern that when the dust collection was fired up, that hose was going to suck up and move and wear against the motor. So what I want to do is I want to remove the cover of the jointer. We're going to hit the dust collection and we're going to see exactly if it moves or not. So here we have the modification, which you can see the hose running from the new 4-inch port on this end to the slide that the chips come down from the blade assembly. There's plenty of clearance here. I've got about, I'd say, 1.5 inches, 2 inches here, and probably about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches here of clearance, complete clearance from the motor. So what I want to do is I want to hit the dust collection and let's see if that hose sucks in and moves, as some people were concerned that it would. you saw there in the clip, this hose doesn't move at all, zero. It's quite rigid. It's not like your dryer hose that's that cheesy aluminum or the thinner plastic that sucks in and out. This is a heavier duty 4-inch dust collection hose. It's specifically for dust collection. The rigid ribs of it keep it away from the motor, and I appreciate all your guys' concerns. It was a valid question, but here we go. We can see that zero effect whatsoever. So as far as I'm concerned, this is still an awesome modification. And there you have it. The update show of, I guess, 2019. Guys, there was a viewer that suggested they would like to see one of these every 6 months. And I think that's a great idea. I honestly do. Whether or not it will be every 6 months is yet to be seen. If I have an update, I'm going to bring it to you. And if it can make a show, then it's going to be here on Alternative Tuesdays. What about you guys? What would you like to get an update on? Has there been a show of mine that you've seen and you wondered whatever happened to that? Or does that still work? Or does Kenny still like that? Or even if you have a question, you know, why do you cut your hair like that? I don't know. Guys, if you haven't already, there you go. If you haven't already, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell so that you don't miss notifications of future episodes of the show. If you enjoyed this content, share it. I'd love for you to share it. And guys, I really want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're going to join me again next week when I bring you yet another Alternative Tuesdays.